Very important. Now, before you do this, every day, and if again you have to write them down, that's fine. Before you begin your first journey down the spiral with this particular image, give yourself a moment, get into a relaxed state, and either tell yourself out loud or think it to yourself or feel it, but as strongly as you can, I do this with desire to define my dedication to detach. I do this with desire to define my dedication to detach. I do this with desire to define my dedication to detach. I do this with desire to define my dedication to detach. So be it. Say it 4 times. Finish with, so be it, or amen, or hallelujah, or whatever you wish. That is for you a finalizing acceptance of your desire to define your dedication to detach. Do that little ritual first. Do the 4 trips down the spiral and back out. Notice and log your synchronicities, inspirations, and dreams. You will find within 30 to 90 of your days, your life will begin to contain things you will be astonished to find in your life. Opportunities, synchronicities, doorways, people. You will be amazed. Until you get to the point where amazement is the order of the day. This will unlock you. Do it if you wish to unlock. Do it if you desire to define your dedication to detach and discover your core beliefs and recrystallize your reality into what you prefer it to be, into that which is aligned with your core being. Rewrite the contract with fresh ink and a new signature. Declare your independence and your freedom. Rise to the occasion of yourself, of your existence. Rise to the occasion of your being. Rise to the occasion of the potential of your life. Rise to the recognition and acknowledgement and acceptance of who you were created to be. To be. To be. Take a deep breath and expand. Take a moment. Just sit with yourself for a moment. Feel what just this moment may have done to you in terms of changed little things within you, little feelings, little vibrations, little ideas, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Feel the potential of your being. Feel the desire build within you to discover who you are. Feel the moment of revelation when you crack the code of a definition. Feel the certainty of the commitment and dedication you call forth in declaring your freedom to be who you are, and attract what is reflective of that. Feel the compassionate detachment to all things not you. And then feel your desire amplify to do only those things that are, and continue the cycle and spiral upward and upward and upward, magnifying your magnificence and the magnificence of all that is that you reflect. Take a deep breath and let it out. Now say, ah. Thank you. And now, if you wish, there may be more sharing, questions, and discussion.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I was just, thank you so much for that meditation.
Thank all of you for you co-created it.
I was wondering if you could clarify. I was in it and I don't really remember much about, I'm visualizing doing it at home, and if you could clarify just a little more about the difference between when you're going down the spiral and then when you're going up.
Well, the main difference is what you bring back with you from the center. Okay. You go down with an intention, you come back with a result of that intention. And then you see how that result has changed what you originally started with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's the simple way to understand it.
Okay.
Is that sufficient? Or is there some other detail you wish to explore about that process?
No, that's good for the process.
All right. If you wish, just listen back to the recording as many times as necessary to get all the nuances of exactly what we said in the way we said it. Mm-hmm. You'll get it. Mm-hmm. You'll feel your way down the path. It will become familiar to you. The only reason it seems a little confusing or unclear right now is you're not familiar with that path. But as you journey down the spiral and come back, you will make your own way. You'll make your own markers. You'll make your own signposts, and you'll learn to recognize them and become familiar with that as your path, not just a path. And as you move through the different dimensions of it, you will actually be moving through different dimensions of yourself. And coming back out through other dimensions of yourself. And as you do that over and over again, you will eventually touch base with all the different aspects and dimensions in space and time that make up your personality and corporeal being. And you'll begin to see how your spirit relates to that, and you'll begin to understand, when you see how your spirit relates to that, what kind of original choices you made in being physical, and what kind of core beliefs you may have attached yourself to in the experience of physicality. You'll begin to develop a new language for yourself, a new way of communicating with yourself. That's what this journey using this dimensional spiral will do. This is something our civilization created long ago, and we used to great effect to bring us as one tool to where we are today. Do you follow me? Mm-hmm. We are sharing this tool with you because now is the time we know it will actually begin to work for you, because your collective energy and individual energy is now in a place where you can actually adapt this. Mm-hmm. Does that help you?
That helps a lot.
Then pleasant dreams.
Thank you. Thank you, Bashar.
Time to get back in my body.
All right. Welcome back.
Thank you. This is not just quantum physics, but this is alchemy. This is...
It's all the same thing.
Yes. This is creation of miracles.
It's all the same thing.
Just amazing.
As I said, amazement will become the natural order of the day.
Thank you. One thing I would like to clarify, and this relates to the core issue, of course.
Yes.
Collapsing of space-time.
Yes.
And this is speaking quantumly, but of course it's just the... when we were going through that exercise, I saw 3 different parallel... as I was holding the diagram,
Yes.
I saw 3 versions of that.
Good.
At the same time, physically.
Very good.
Which is, it's very amazing.
Yes. More amazing, yes.
Yeah, and I guess my question is, out of those realities, we choose which reality we want,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
And I've gone through, with my life, I've gone through some very exotic parallel universe trips, but they were never conscious. They happened
Yes.
accidentally.
Yes.
How do we choose to either...
Well, this exercise is also designed to make that experience more conscious.
Boy, something happened. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yes. You see, this is why we had to wait till now to bring this tool in. It's actually going to start making some of you begin to actually consciously perceive the different parallel realities. And only now are you at the beginning of the point where you have the capacity to begin to integrate them in a way that will not drive you crazy.
And to consciously
Yes.
create that versus hallucinating it, which is really the same thing, different perspective.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Yes, well put.
Yes, thank you. It's all getting clearer now. The other thing is, when you had talked before the break about, and this is the second thing with core issues.
Yes.
The lady brought up fear.
Yes.
And you brought up the Home with God book. I was up till about 2 a.m. finishing that book.
All right, thank you.
So it's very apropos. Of course, there's no coincidence.
No,
right?
thank you for your synchronicity.
Yes. And my question on that is,
Yes.
she talked about fear. Now, instead of going through all the layers and layers and layers, let's say, of all of our fears,
Yes.
what I came to the conclusion last night and also earlier today when you were talking about that, in relationship to that,
Yes.
is... Now, that book talked about death and how death is a form of ultimate creation.
Yes.
So if you look at it from that standpoint,
Yes.
I guess one of the greatest fears I have in most humans is the fear of death.
Yes.
So if you can transmute and transform the fear of that
Yes.
as a core issue,
Yes.
maybe my belief is that there's a way of transmuting all fears.
Yes.
Of everything.
Yes.
Correct? Like at the very core of the core issue of fear itself.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Completely and specifically. Yes.
Does that mean yes?
Yes. Well, maybe.
And that goes back to sea, the
Yes.
sea, going up and down the sea. Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, so that makes sense.
Oh, thank you.
From the core,
We think so.
Yeah, the core of the core of the core of the core of the core issue.
It touches everything above it.
Because if you perceive the fear of dying as an ultimate form of creation, maybe in a different vibrational
Yes.
path,
Yes.
then if there's no fear of that, then nothing
Yes.
else. The vaporizes the
Yes.
fear of everything
Yes,
else. Doesn't
this
it?
is why we began long ago, in your terms of time, the idea of delivering information about what we call the 4 laws. The first law being, you exist. That can't change. You may change the form of your experience of existence, but you will always exist in some form, and you will always know you're you. Always. That is simply a state of absolute now-ness. That can't change.
And that's how you collapse time.
Yes, yes. Because you understand that time is only created by you when you create a bunch of details in which they must exist in time.
Because there is no time.
There isn't really, although there's the experience
The
of
physical.
it. Yes. It is a way of simply holding on to all of the parts you view yourself as. But when you stop viewing yourself as a collection of parts and see yourself more holistically, then only one moment is needed to experience that. And time collapses into the eternal now moment.
Yes.
Yes. Does that help?
That helps a lot. One
Yes.
observation.
Oh, yeah.
The synchronicities. We talked about love as being the most ultimate, the most powerful force in the universe, the creation.
Well, it's not a force per se, but
Right.
yes.
As,
It is the very substance of existence.
Right, and
it's the vibration of it.
and how that interfaces with the heart. And
Yes.
what I noticed today
Yes.
is that you're wearing red.
Well, the channel is.
The channel is wearing red.
Yes,
and
we
the
told
plants-
him to do so.
And the plants behind you,
Yes.
if you look at it a certain way, forms the shape of a heart.
Yes.
Two parts coming together. It's very
No accidents.
interesting.
Yes. We have never really been in a position to dictate to the channel what he should wear in the morning. But today was an exception. And he knew that the final piece of downloaded information was pick the red shirt. It will go along with the vibration of desire that will be discussed.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Is there further question?
Yes, there is.
All right, well, you may proceed.
Thank you. This is Hassan again. Asked
Oh,
question
again?
yesterday, and again and again.
But never the same Hassan twice.
Never, yeah. I agree. I have 3 parts basically. First one is...
Oh, how orderly of you.
Thank you. I would like to share my experience
Please.
of the trip
Please.
we take, like diving in the ocean.
Yes.
First, I was on the surface. I was seeing blue skies, like some birds flying and everything. There was silver reflection of the sun
Yes.
on the surface.
Yes.
And I was in a solid oval, like diving ship.
All right.
And then I was diving in, and when I reached the core, as you said,
Yes.
my ship like changed to be like spherical
All
and
right.
transparent and everything.
All right.
And I could feel it. And then when I went back to the surface, I tried to reimagine the blue skies and everything.
Yes.
And the same as before, but I couldn't.
All right.
It
Very
was
good.
like always like purplish,
Yes.
violetish,
Yes.
and like the ocean turned into like
All right. Very good.
thick silver liquidish.
All right. We
kind
said
of
there might be
thing.
changes. Yes.
Yeah, so
Anytime you go to the core and come back up, there is likely to be changes.
and the thing is, I turned my lights on way earlier before you said.
That's
turn
all
them on,
right.
So
That's all right. There is no right way or wrong way to do this. Your imagination is the best guide. We are only giving you the basic structure. Your imagination tells you in what order and at what pace is best for you. So by all means, allow yourself to follow your imagination. That's very good.
all right. The second part is I picked up on different energies.
Yes.
One of them, I have like 3 of them I want to mention first before I come to my question, but I do it fast.
Yes.
One of them was I live in Venice Beach in Los Angeles, and
All right.
whenever I pass by the boardwalk, I see a sign saying sidewalk market.
Yes.
And whenever I see it, something strikes me, and I say something will happen around that area and everything.
Yes.
So a few years later, we ended up living just on the corner of that
Yes.
place.
Yes.
Another
right.
incident is in Lebanon. I was used to drive by a street, and I always think something bad is gonna happen there.
All right.
And later on, the prime minister was assassinated on
All
the
right.
same street I
All right.
was feeling the feelings at.
All right, very good. And
So my question now is,
Yes.
Many times when I look at the clock, I see it's 11:11.
yes, synchronous doorway reminder.
And it always strikes me, and just want to know like the significance of it.
I just
always
told
see
you.
it.
The significance of setting up those kinds of synchronicities is to allow yourself to have markers to know that you are operating in the appropriate vibration at that moment that you need to be in.
All right. Thank
Now,
you.
the idea of the other incidents, again, has to do with the concept that when you're in the appropriate vibration, time collapses. All space and all time are one, and when you pick up on the vibration that is going on in a particular area, that is the strongest vibration of the area, you can, by collapsing time in that way, get a sense of parallel realities that may ultimately manifest that you will participate in, or that you will come to know about. Because all those things happen all at once. So you were simply picking up on vibrations that were the strongest probability and likelihood of parallel realities that may occur in certain places because you are sensitive to that and able to be in the proper place, the 11:11 doorway, that will allow you to collapse space, collapse time, and actually get a sense of the most likely manifestation of parallel reality that may occur in any given so-called space-time coordinate location. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
I have one last thing.
Oh, one last thing. Yes, all right.
yes. Which is kind of similar to an incident which happens with a guy called Joe.
A guy called Joe.
In one of your previous sessions,
Oh,
who had
all
an
right.
encounter with a turtle named Lumpy.
Lumpy. All right. A lumpy turtle. Yes.
And it's similar in a way that he was encountering that with an animal. Meanwhile, I was encountering an interaction with flower bushes, basically.
Yes. How so?
My mom had an installation and she needed to get some yellow flowers from
Yes.
somewhere. And so I went there, there was several bushes, and so I was hearing as if them telling me something, you know, like each one of them says something different.
Yes.
Like the bushes in the back, they were saying, you know, we look very ugly, we're dying, we don't care, you can take from us, you know.
All
and
right.
blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, there is like one bush which was like by itself in the front, and it's very like alive and everything.
Yes.
And it was telling me as if, you know, stay away from me, take that one, take this one, you know.
All right.
And the thing is, I was following what the flowers were telling me, you know.
Yes.
It's not like I still insisted to take that, you know.
Yes.
So, I
All
don't
right.
know, also like...
How does the turtle figure in?
Well, it just was, as I said, similar in the sense that it was interactions with people, I mean, with not species, no.
You are communicating with different life forms.
Yes, different than just humans, basically.
Well, yes.
And
All life forms have intelligence in one way or another and can communicate. And again, because you have created for yourself a particular kind of vibratory frequency that collapses space-time, you are able to pick up on frequencies of communications in different bandwidths and interpret them and translate them into something you can understand.
all right.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Say hi to Lumpy.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
For me, it was interesting in the meditation because I had to get out of the ship and just dive into the water
Oh, all right.
without any protection, which was interesting.
Well, it's not for protection, but go ahead.
What is it for?
We'll see.
I want to revisit something that happened before the lunch break because it was an aha moment for me. When you
All
were
right.
talking to the healer who's going to soon be a musical healer,
Yes.
and you were talking about following the passion.
Yes.
And one of the things that I remembered
Yes.
was that if truly we're following our passion,
Yes.
and externally it's not coming into sync the way we feel we wish it to be,
Yes.
it's not because the passion is wrong,
Correct.
but because there's another core belief that can be cleared to help clear the obstacles from the path to the passion. More or less, okay? Am I close?
The idea is not to set the goal, that the outcome is important. The idea is to understand that regardless of how anything looks, you still choose to be passionate for its own sake, because that's who you are, not because it's going to change how the world looks around you.
Right, but is it sometimes what for me, when I have a passion and feel strongly,
Yes.
yeah, that, and some of that's obviously the expectation of the outcome,
Yes.
I understand that,
All right.
but it was almost the sensation that in addition to that and letting go of the expectation, going to the detached state,
Yes.
right, that also it's an opportunity to amp
Yes.
it up a bit,
Yes.
go back to the desire,
Yes.
right, and then allow, if there is other core issues,
Oh, yes.
to be cleared.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's always an opportunity, and that is how to use it in a positive way so that the highest degree of probability or likelihood for allowing the outer reality to change comes about, but not because it has to, not because that becomes the primary
Right.
focus. But
Understood,
yes.
Understood. For me, it's, again, synchronicity, because
Yes.
this has been, for me, a journey this past year of truly clearing healing the inner child, or coming to that
All right.
innocence. And so with, for me, the first one was, no matter what I do, it's not good enough.
All right.
And there's still about a 10% charge around that one, but it's,
Oh, 10%.
Yeah,
You're actually able to measure it.
I muscle tested.
Oh.
But it was
how
interesting
sophisticated. All right.
But it also kind of fit back into
Yes.
the continual journey through the 4Ds.
Oh, yes.
And amping it up.
Yes.
And being aware that although the outside doesn't change, it's how I react to it differently.
Yes.
yeah?
Yes.
Because the situation may not change, but I no longer take it as a failure.
Exactly.
So it's that ramping it up.
You are imbuing it with new meaning so that you give it the opportunity to become some other kind of reflection. But since you've already imbued it with new meaning, you couldn't care less because you already have the state of being you were looking for anyway.
The second one is, no matter what if I ask for what I need, then I'll be left. And in my sophisticated measuring system, there's still about 60% charge on that.
One moment. Repeat that. If you ask for what
A core
you need,
belief that
you
I
will
had, if I ask for what I need,
you will be
left.
left alone, left behind,
Left inside of
left of center,
Left instead of right? No.
left instead of
Blue
right,
state, red state, no. Left behind, left
behind.
abandoned.
Abandoned.
Ah,
all right.
Okay. And so for me
By whom?
others outside.
Others. Any others in particular?
And currently it's relationship, but it's my issue, not his.
Understood, but it is always insightful to understand whom you are using as a reflection of your issue.
And we work through that. When
right.
it comes up, now I'm aware that
All
it's
right,
coming up.
all right.
And
And so
revisit
you
and go
are
to the stage.
now no longer left? Or you
no,
said there was 6% remaining?
60. Now there's still a
60?
bit. Yes, there's still a bit, but it's much better than 100. So
Oh, if you say so.
it's improvement.
Oh,
but
all
for me,
right.
it's the choice in the past was not to
May
ask
I
for it.
ask you a question?
Of course.
Well, thank you. How do you know it's exactly 60%?
I muscle tested it,
And
and it came out at 60.
And
it's around that, meaning it's...
is that the only kind of criteria that you feel you can use to determine what percentage is left?
No, I'm aware that I still have a greater charge on that than I do on the previous one.
Ah.
So I'm aware that I'm still working through those levels.
All right. Now, there's another way to look at it, although you may find this is not to your liking, and if it's not, that's fine.
That means I'm supposed to pay attention to it.
Instead of saying 10%, 60%, and again, if you want to maintain that as a way to understand where you feel you're at, that's fine. But I'm just going to give you another suggestion, another idea to think about. You can muscle test this idea if you want. Everything is 100% whatever it is. You are either 100% this or you're 100% that. You're not 60% anything or 10% anything. Now, you can use the 100% to make it seem as if you're 10% this or 60% that, but you're 100% that experience, that scenario is its own reality. Every change is a total change. If in one moment you feel you are 100% this thing you don't prefer, and maybe 3 days later you're only 60% of that thing you don't prefer, those are two completely 100% different realities
I understand
unto
that.
themselves.
No, I understand that.
All right. So, you can sometimes use this idea of measuring yourself and saying, well, 60%, 10%. Sometimes, if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you can become caught up in that and think that you actually haven't completely and totally changed your reality 100%. It's just that you're defining the new 100% reality as an experience of only having gotten 30% of the way, or 40% of the way, or 50% of the way. But that's a 100% reality,
right.
And could be seen as 100% this and 100% that. Now, at whatever rate or configuration you feel works for you, defines your process in terms of how you are altering or reconfiguring each of those 100% realities. I'm just reminding you, not telling you you have to do it differently. I'm just reminding you that each of those is a 100% configuration. That's all. And it could be anything you want it to be in that moment if you feel that works for you. Just a reminder. All right?
Right, understood.
Okay.
The first time I measured it was this morning when I was doing my meditation preparing to come for today.
Yes.
And so I was doing a meditation on what core issues right now
Yes.
are presenting themselves.
All right.
And so because I've been working and playing with this for a while,
Yes.
and I was congratulating myself for reacting differently
Yes.
in external situations that brought up that first issue.
All right. Very good.
And recognizing with the second issue that there is still a stronger, I still react more often in the old pattern.
All right.
So it's not this magic number that's on the bulletin board that I cross off every day and remeasure it.
All right. And
But-
remember that that's a result of still believing that that reaction serves you best.
Right, I understand that.
All right.
But what did come up as
Yes.
being a stronger, I won't give a number,
Thank you.
a stronger reaction this
But don't
morning.
let me stop you from doing so if you want to.
It's fine.
All right.
And it ties back into, Joseph was talking about the fear of death.
Yes.
Consciously,
Yes.
I don't feel I have a fear of death. I've done a lot of work through my meditation. When my father died, there was a lot of
All right.
celebration.
All right.
But what's come up is not feeling safe being in my power,
Oh, all right.
not
Yes. Feel whatever you wish to feel. That's part of the release.
sorry,
Oh, no, no, no. Please do not apologize.
not being safe, allowing my light to shine.
All right. What kind of definition do you believe you have that makes you feel you are not safe using your full power? What do you think will happen if you do?
Well, I've gone through that process, and
What do you think will happen if you do?
what happens is I get a physical sensation
Yes.
where my third eye just locks up, and it is so tight and painful. It's like someone's
So do you think the ego thinks that in order to do that, it must die, and it's afraid to do that? Because it equates that change with annihilation?
I think that's part of it. I think part of it was sexual abuse as a child.
All right.
And although I have done a lot of healing on that,
There is
I
obviously
feel like
more
there's
to
more
do.
levels.
Yes.
I also,
One moment. One moment.
thank you.
Take a deep breath.
I also.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
sorry.
whoa, 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 whoa. One moment, one moment. No talking for the moment. Just sit with it. Just stand, sit, be with it. Just stay where you are. Just feel it. Allow yourself to feel the experience of the devaluation that was the experience you had of the abuse. The devaluation. Just let that feeling move through you. Feeling devalued, discounted, used, made to feel less than, made to feel unworthy, made to feel like nothing, no thing. Annihilated, annihilated, fragmented, fractured, annihilated. Now, even with all those feelings, underneath all that, just have the simple feeling of recognition that you still exist, you exist, and that can never change. And under that, feel that if you do exist, then the unconditional love and support of all that is must be yours, or you wouldn't exist. Just feel that recognition that your existence and anything you want your experience of your existence to become is unconditionally loved and supported by the very fact that you exist. Let that unconditional love become as real as you can, even if it's only 1%. Just recognize that if you didn't have the unconditional love and support of all that is, you would not be able to exist even for a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a second. But since you do exist and are feeling all these things, telling yourself, showing yourself, proving to yourself through these feelings and experiences that you do in fact exist, oh yes, then know at least that underlying all those experiences that you are working to transform is the very fact that the reason you exist at all is because you have the absolute and unconditional support and love of all that is, and you can do anything you want with that. And you deserve it, or you wouldn't exist. And that's how much you are loved. You are so loved, so unconditionally supported and loved, that you even are allowed to have experiences that are unpleasant for you, are devaluing. You can have an experience of being devalued because you are allowed to have any experience at all, because you are totally supported and cannot be destroyed, cannot be annihilated. You will always exist no matter what. And that means you will always come through it into another experience. Because while the first law is that you exist, and the second is that the one is all and the all are one, and the third is that what you put out is what you get back, the fourth is that change is the only constant, except for the first three laws. And so everything changes, as you are changing now, but we just want to remind you that the reason that you have the experience at all is because you are unconditionally supported and loved and can do anything you wish with that. And we simply would like to remind you to take that to heart, even with all of what you might be going through. Do your best to remember that and let that make a difference in your re-evaluation and revaluation to you, good day.
I grew up in I'm going to try not to get emotional.
Well, that's all right. You can get emotional. There's nothing wrong with being emotional.
I grew up in what I now recognize as a religious cult, and I grew up with a lot of fear of
Yes.
life, basically.
Oh, all right. Well, how exciting for you.
I'm having trouble letting go of that fear in order to move forward.
All right. Well, what are you afraid will happen if you do let go?
That's a good question.
Thank you. Do you have a good answer?
Not really.
Sure you do. Just think about it for a moment. What are you afraid will happen to you if you let go of the fear? There's a paradox there, isn't there?
There is.
So you're saying, I want to let go of the fear, but I'm afraid something will happen if I do. What are you afraid will happen? Come on, use your imagination. I know you people can come up with amazing nightmares. So come on. This is the way to get at it. This is what we're attempting to show you right now. This is the way to get at it.
Right.
This is the way to answer the question for yourself. If you can't find the answer of what it is you believe to be true, what it is you're defining to be true, just by asking, well, what would I have to believe is true in order to feel the way I do, which is fine. Sometimes because you're so used to the idea of fear, because you've been entrained into the idea of fear, you can use the fear in a positive way to drive the answer to the surface by being willing to hear the answer when you ask the question, what am I actually terrified will happen if I allow myself to be who I prefer to be? And if you're willing to hear the answer will come.
I'm afraid that I will lose my family who are still trapped in that cult.
I see. But not that anything is ever really lost, but in a sense, haven't you lost them already?
Yes.
Therefore, that's not something that will happen. It's something you're saying already exists.
Yes, there's definitely been a drawing apart the more I become true to myself and walk away from those beliefs.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
So remember, please, as we have just explained, you can do whatever you can, whatever you feel is in alignment with your truth, to aid and assist them, to give them an option to change their point of view if they so desire. But if they desire not to, maybe they need to be on that path just as you did for a while in order to learn what they really need to learn. You don't know. You understand?
Yes.
But that shouldn't stop you from becoming more of who you prefer to be. And in fact, the more you are willing to become more of who you really are, the more capable you will be of actually being able to help them should they ultimately desire your assistance. Whereas if you just remain in the fear, all you're doing is remaining within the parameters that you were in with them before, and you're reinforcing that energy for them too, because you're not showing them that there can be a difference. And you're not showing yourself that there can be a difference. Does this make sense?
Yes, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Is this helping?
Absolutely.
So if you move forward in your true joy, is there anything really to be afraid of?
No.
You know that. Yes?
I know that intellectually.
Oh, there's that lovely phrase that you people use. I know that intellectually.
I'm learning it. I will say that I am learning it.
You are in process of learning that. And in that process, what you're going to do is you're going to discover more and more definitions that are out of alignment with who you prefer to be, and you're going to go through the process of letting them go. Yes?
Yes.
Letting them go so you can grow. Yes?
Yes.
All right, so that's your process. Anything wrong with that?
No.
All right, so are you having fun with that process?
Yes.
Anytime you feel fear, use the fear in a positive way. Redefine it so that it becomes a messenger knocking on your door to let you know that you have a definition that doesn't work for you, that you're still holding on to. So when you feel the fear, say, thank you, fear, for bringing that to my attention. Let me find out what that is so that if it's not what I prefer, I can let it go. And that's how you use fear in a positive way. Make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Is this helping you?
Yes, very much.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Pleasure to meet you.
And you as well.
My question kind of has two parts. The
Oh,
first
all right.
part is, do dreams come in the service of health and wholeness for individuals in the society?
Do they come in the service of health and wholeness?
Do we dream in a sense? Is that a way of healing ourselves?
It's one way, yes. It's not the only way, but it's one way you can use dreams as a representation of the things that need to be rebalanced, and sometimes the rebalancing can actually happen in the dream state.
Okay.
It just depends.
How can I help people, or because I'm also working towards MFT licensure as a therapist.
Yes.
And
this excites you?
It does.
All right.
It does. And I'd like to be able to utilize this in a way to assist people in their own becoming.
All right. Well, what's stopping you?
Oh, nothing. I just would like to know if there is a better way, or
a better way?
Good way to use the dreams to help people?
The way that you're most excited to use them is the best way.
Okay.
Don't you trust your imagination?
Yes.
Well, then don't you understand that the permission slips you attract because those are the ones at that moment that will work best with your belief system?
Oh, no, I didn't think about that.
Oh, well, now you can.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You attract what works for you as a symbol, as a permission slip, as a mechanism.
Okay.
That's why you attract it, because it's in alignment with your belief system in such a way that allows you to be willing to give yourself permission to be more of who you are. And in working with other people, you will also attract whatever permission slip will allow you to be most effective. Now, you have to have no insistence or assumption as to what you think they're going to get out of it. Mm-hmm. Because different people will come to you for a variety of different reasons, and not all of them will be what you expect. Mm-hmm. You can even attract someone for the exact opposite reason you assume they might be coming to you. Someone might be very insistent that they simply cannot be healed. I'm going to go to a healer and I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove that no one can heal me. There I went. See, nothing happened. Ha, told you.
Yeah.
But you have helped them because what they actually came to you for was a reinforcement of something they already believe and want to hold on to. So you help them. Mm-hmm. They don't have to heal in the way you think they do in order for you to be of help just by being there. Just by being a sounding board, just by being an experience. They will use it however they need to. You just need to be there. Make sense?
It does.
You can give them the vibration that may represent the healed state. If they choose to align with it, they can experience the balancing and the healing. But they don't have to choose to align with it. Your healing must be unconditional to really be healing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Is this helping?
Yes, thank you very much.
And anything else?
I had a question, but I kind of answered it while you were talking.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So nice to meet you.
And you as well.
I have so much love for you.
Our unconditional love to you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For some reason, everything you say really resonates with me.
For some reason, yes. It's because you're aligned with this frequency in terms of how you need to receive information.
I have a question
Yes.
regarding myself.
Yes.
Hopefully, maybe you can help me.
Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. We'll find out together.
Okay. I have been doing stock options trading for 10 years plus.
Oh, all right. This excites you?
It does, but it hasn't served me.
It hasn't served you?
No, because I lose more money than I make.
Then it has served you. It has served you very well. Maybe it's serving you by telling you maybe this isn't the way to go for you.
Yes, but
maybe you need to put more stock in yourself.
Why would an intelligent person like me keep doing it for like 10 years?
That's a very intelligent question.
But it still excites me. And I'm trying to follow my excitement.
Are you sure it's really excitement? That's the first thing to always check. Are you actually acting on excitement, or are you actually acting out of anxiety and calling it excitement in a state of denial? Because you might be afraid to actually do the thing that really excites you? Because you have a definition that it can't support you somehow? Just a question. But you can think about that for a moment.
Yes. Perhaps.
Yes, perhaps. All right. Let me put it to you this way. If it wasn't an issue of how it could be helped to happen, what would you rather be doing if you could do anything?
I would like to awaken people to their own health, because I'm always telling families and friends. And
are you saying that that's really exciting for you?
That is really exciting for me.
Is it more exciting than investing in stocks?
Well, stocks has a different kind of excitement.
I understand, but I'm asking you a question right now.
Is it more exciting?
Right now is that idea, if
Yes.
you knew you could do
Yes.
it, that's more exciting.
Yes.
All right, so what can you do to invest in that first? Because if the stocks actually are representative of one of your expressions of real excitement, the only way you're going to allow it to synchronize and harmonize in a way that really serves you in your life is to act on the thing that excites you the most first and allow that to be the driving engine and the organizing principle of every other expression of excitement that will then automatically play out through synchronicity in your life to show you what you need to do, in what order, and when. This is how you understand how to use excitement, because it is, as we have said many times, a complete kit. It has all the tools you need. It has the driving engine that moves you forward. It has the organizing principle that brings you the synchronicity. It is the path of least resistance. It is the path that connects you to all other forms of excitement in your life. It is the reflective mirror that reveals to you anything that's out of alignment with your excitement so that you can identify it and let it go and add that energy to your excitement. It leaves absolutely nothing relevant out of your life. But the only way it really works in the way that you would prefer it to is by activating it, by acting on the thing that excites you the most to the best of your ability first, with no insistence on a particular outcome. That's how the formula activates the kit. So if you act on the thing that excites you the most first to the best that you are able to, until you can take it no further, and then look for the next option, and act on whichever one contains even just a little bit more excitement than any other option, no matter what it is, no matter how simple it seems, no matter how basic, no matter how mundane it may seem, if it contains even just a little bit more excitement than any other option at that moment, that's your synchronicity, that's your higher mind saying, this is the thing to do next. If investing in stocks is in the mix somewhere of what really represents one expression of your excitement, it will be put into the mix in the proper order. Synchronicity will organize it to let you know when it is actually the appropriate time to act on that expression of your excitement as opposed to any other. If it never shows up, that's not what serves you. Are you beginning to understand how this machine works?
Yes. What I'm hearing is acting on your most excitement right now.
To the best of your ability.
To the best of your ability.
With zero insistence on a particular outcome. I know that that's a challenge for a lot of you. Zero insistence on a specific outcome. Do you understand why that's important?
Because your higher self is going to show you what
Yes.
you can't see in this form.
Exactly, and the physical mind can't always tell what that's going to be. But it will always be what's actually best for you. So the idea of having an image, a symbol, a goal, whatever you want to call it, a visualization, that's fine. But you use that to instill the state of being of excitement within you, because you get excited when you think about that goal, when you have that idea, when you see that visualization, it gets you excited. Oh yes, this is the best thing that could possibly happen. This is the best outcome I can imagine. That's fine. But once you get all excited about what it is you're seeing or thinking about, drop the goal, drop the vision, utterly let it go, because you don't actually know if that representation is the best possible representation of that level of excitement. But your higher mind does know what the best representation is. And if you make space by dropping that picture, then you will allow the higher mind to fill that space with what really needs to be there. And in fact, if you understand that the physical mind has its limitations, then you will know that what the physical mind might think or believe to be the ideal outcome may actually be a limitation on the ideal outcome. So why would you prefer that? Does this make sense?
Yes, because, probably like most people, I bought into the idea 10 years ago when I wanted to do this as a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
To be with my children, and then I got like in a habit of doing it. But I was putting forth from my physical mind to say, well, if I can make X amount of dollars, then I can do all this other stuff.
Making a lot of dollars doesn't always make the most sense. Do you understand? Because abundance is simply the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it.
I've heard you say that, yes.
All right. Well, if you've heard it, maybe you want to start practicing it. Because the idea is, it doesn't mean that you can't attract money into your life. That's one legitimate representation of abundance on your planet. It's a symbol of abundance. But that's all it is. It's a symbol, one symbol. If someone comes along and gives you something that allows you to do what you need to do, that's also a symbol of abundance. So if you know that it would be easier, the path of least resistance, for someone to actually come along and say, hey, you know what, I don't need this anymore, maybe you can use it, and it's exactly what you needed, would you actually put your foot down and say, no, thank you, I'm going to wait until I make enough money to get that. I'm not going to take it from you as a gift. Would you do that? Of course not. Do you understand?
Yes, there's more than one path to.
And when you focus only on one representation of abundance, you actually close the doors through which other forms can come.
I think that's what I've been doing.
I know. That's why I said what you need to be investing in is your own stock. So take stock of what your beliefs are and invest in yourself so that you can appreciate yourself more. Yes?
Yes.
And when you appreciate yourself fully, you will be rich beyond your wildest dreams in more ways than you can imagine. Because you already are abundant. You all are already fully abundant. The issue is not learning to be abundant. The issue is learning what to be abundant in. Because you are always abundant in something, even if it's an abundance of lack. You cannot lack abundance, but you can have an abundance of lack. So if you don't prefer an abundance of lack, choose a different form of abundance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You cannot not be abundant. That's not possible. It's your nature. Everything exists right here, right now. Everything you need is here and now. When you allow yourself to exist in the here and now, you will begin to perceive what is also with you in the here and now that is reflective of your true abundant nature. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Your stock just went up.
I have another question.
Yes.
About the concept or the idea of parallel realities.
Yes.
So,
You're going through billions of them every second to create the side effect you call time.
Right.
Right. I didn't understand a word he just said, but I'll go along with it.
Well, okay. So if everything is happening at the same...
All at once, yes.
All at once.
Yes.
Which then, so in other words, there's another me somewhere having a life.
Another version, actually millions and billions of other versions of what you consider to be you having other lives.
And that's all happening at the same time.
Right here, right now.
Right
you just
here.
can't see them because the vibrational patterns are different than what you can perceive. Just again, simply enough, by analogy, like your television. At any given moment, there are dozens of programs playing all at once. You only see the one you're tuned to. Change the channel, you get another one. The other one is still playing. They all happen at the same time. It's just a matter of frequency as to what you can perceive.
Then if I shift my frequency,
you shift to a parallel version of you, which is what you're doing to create the concept, the illusion, the experience of change, time, growth. That's what you're doing. Every single parallel reality is actually just a frozen frame. You have to move through the frames with your consciousness like a projector light in order to create the illusion of movement and change and time and space. So by doing that, you're creating this idea of what appears to be the same you going through some changes, but it's not. It never is the same you. You are an absolutely, utterly, completely different version of you, billions of times per second, existing in billions of different versions of Earth. But that's what you call time. That's how you create the space-time illusion. Because you are essentially a timeless being. So how can you discover something new about yourself if you only experience timelessness? You have to forget who you are and impose upon that new clean slate an idea called space-time that allows you to have an experience of discovering yourself for the first time in a new situation from a new perspective so that you can have a new experience. So the structure of existence never changes, but your perspective of it does, and that's what expands creation. The changes in your perspective of a structure that never changes. That's the paradox. Is this helping, or am I just confusing you?
Yes, but...
Yes, I'm confusing you, or I'm helping?
No, I'm still sort of stuck on, then what distinguishes my consciousness in this time-space reality?
You mean this one?
Well,
or this one?
This body,
or this
on
one?
this earth.
Or this one? Or this one?
But then why can't I, see myself when I was in Atlantis?
Sometimes people can. It depends upon your perspective and definition of the idea of what creates a barrier between what you consider to be different times. Of course, it's not always relevant for someone to have that ability. Doesn't mean you have to be able to do that to live a full life. And sometimes being able to experience or connect more strongly, more consciously into a parallel life going on right now in Atlantis doesn't necessarily always benefit what theme you're exploring right here and now. Conversely, you are always downloading information from all those different parallel versions when you need them, whether you know you are doing so or not. And again, the point may be that you're downloading information and experience as you need to apply it in your life, and stopping to figure out where it's exactly coming from may actually slow the process down, and you may not really actually prefer to do that. So you're doing it all the time, you're connecting all the time, you're drawing information from all those parallel lives all the time, or at least many of them, just as they are doing with you, drawing upon your experiences as they need them in their lives. Because from the physical level, those people are their own people. They're not you. You are you. They are they. And you're making that cross connection from the present. There's no such thing as the past. That's an illusion. All lives exist now. Therefore, you make a connection to them as you need information from them. But because you are coming from a space-time perspective, you interpret that connection as a past connection, as a memory. But you're creating that right now, in the present, billions of times a second, over and over and over again, to create a sense of continuity for yourself, in order for you to have a space-time linear experience. Is any of this sinking in?
Yeah, it sounds like it's all about frequency.
Very good, it is. It's all about frequency, because that's really the only thing that can differentiate what is essentially a homogeneous medium. The one is a homogeneous medium. It's all one, yes? So anything you perceive as a difference has to be the one expressing itself at a different frequency in order to appear to be something else. Make sense?
Yes.
So it's all about resonance. It's all about frequency.
So is that the same reason why I heard you say the toxins, chemtrails, whatnot, it doesn't have to be our reality if we are not vibrating in that frequency?
If you have the capacity to truly know that you are living a completely different truth than someone else, then you will experience a completely different physical reality. You have given yourself many different kinds of symbols or representations of this idea. In other words, one sample, one example, one symbol is many of your medical doctors have discovered that people on your planet with what you call multiple personality disorder, which is not really that thing, but nevertheless, one personality can actually have a cancerous tumor. The minute they switch to another personality, that cancerous tumor is gone. Instantly. Because they literally, truly are another personality believing a whole other reality. So it can be done, and it is done all the time. But you have to be able to wrap your mind around the fact that that's how it actually works in order for you to know that you can do that consciously and intentionally. But that's part of the process of what many of you are learning in this age of transformation. So let it be okay that it's a process. That's what life is all about anyway.
So in other words, based on your multiple personality example,
yes,
if I were to know that, chemtrails really exist and there's aluminum, whatnot, being sprayed.
yes.
But if
if you know that they can have no effect on you, they will not.
Got it.
You can neutrally observe realities that you don't have to experience everything of. That's one of the traits of the new transformational age on your planet. You can observe people that have reality experiences that you don't have to experience, and just observing them neutrally doesn't mean you have to be affected by them. It's just information for you, perhaps even to be able to help them make a change too. You have to be aware of what they're going through in order to help them know they can change. So you have to be aware that there are other realities you could be experiencing, but no, are not relevant for you.
So we have the power to neutrally observe what is.
Absolutely.
And not let...
That's the balance point. You see, many of you talk about your physical reality as if it's actually a polarity, a duality. It's not. It's a trinity. Between the light and the dark, the positive and negative, there is always the center point, the balance point. And the big secret is because it's an actual true balance point, which gives you the conscious ability to choose what you prefer, that means creation is actually very slightly biased in the direction of the positive. So if you did nothing else but just let go, utterly let go, the natural currents in creation would carry you toward the positive side eventually.
All right, let's say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. Thank you. I have a question for all of you. Do you have a soul? Yes. No. What does he mean by that? Of course we have souls. No. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. So, this perspective can change a lot of things in the way that you experience physical reality because you're creating it. It's a projection of your consciousness. And here, fundamentally, is how you do this. Now imagine, if you will, that you are a soul, an orb of light. So picture this in your mind. You are this sphere, this orb of light. And within it, there are ripples of energy, patterns of energy. Just like dropping a pebble into the pond creates ripples. Imagine ripples in every direction inside this orb of energy, this orb of light. When a soul decides to have a physical experience, this is what happens. These ripples that all are happening inside this sphere of light, this sphere of energy, this sphere of consciousness, all these ripples represent different aspects, different qualities, different attributes of the soul. So when a soul decides to experience a theme in physical terms, some of those ripples, some of those attributes are focused on, and they condense down and down and down in a focus to the center of the orb of light. Now, that doesn't mean the orb disappears. It is still there. Only some of the aspects of it have condensed down into this tiny small bit at the center. You might call it a seed, a hard kernel, like a subatomic particle. And that small crystallized seed at the center of that orb of light is your physical mind. That is how the soul creates its experience of physical reality. It creates a focus, it creates a dream experience within the center of its being, taking some of the qualities, some of the attributes, some of the aspects of its total self, crystallizing them, focusing down into that little center seed, that little center crystal. And that center crystal contains those attributes that represent the theme that that being will explore as a physical being in that physical dream at the center of the soul. So when that life is over, the soul doesn't leave the body. The crystal seed starts to expand again, starts to open up again, starts to soften, and starts to merge back with and into itself as the soul. So that is what death is simply the awakening from the dream state, from the little crystallized seed at the center of the soul. And the idea of the expansion of consciousness overall is what begins that process of opening up. It doesn't mean that just expanding your consciousness means you have to die physically, but the idea is that you open up and you are a little bit like a small open sphere inside the bigger sphere. Not so concentrated, not so crystallized, not so hard, not so focused, so that you have the ability to tap into the vibration of the soul more readily, more easily. And this becomes the relationship between your physical mind and your higher mind, which is the soul, which is that portion of you that is still the sphere of light, the sphere of consciousness, the sphere of energy. That is the higher mind according to the physical kernel at the center, the physical seed. So by allowing yourself to expand a little bit, it's easier for you to, by raising your vibration, expanding that seed in the center, tap into the communication, the ripples, the information that is always coming to you from the rest of your being, the rest of you as a soul, as a sphere of consciousness, a sphere of light. By opening up a little bit, you then contain the ability within that seed, within the center of that seed, to harbor some of the vibrational frequencies of information that come to you, the messages that come to you from your soul, from the higher mind. So the idea then is that comes in an energy language, as we have said. And that energy language, that energy message from your soul self to the little seed that is more expanded, is translated by that little seed in the center, that little physical mind being in the center, as the sensation called passion, curiosity, love, creativity. And that is when you receive the message from the soul self that whatever contains that passion, whatever contains that excitement, that curiosity, that attraction, that is who you really are. That is your core frequency. That is your core theme. That is your core creativity. It is the next step on your path. And that's why it's so important to act on that passion. Because action, as the little seed, is the language of the physical reality dream. Not words, not thoughts, but actions, physical actions. Let the soul know that there is an echo from the crystal. There is a reaction, a response from the crystal that it heard the message from the soul self. and is willing to act on it, willing to be guided by it, willing, in that sense, to move forward in that way, which then allows the soul to respond to that echo, and then you create that back and forth dialogue between the soul sphere and the crystal seed that is you as a physical mind, as a physical being. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So again, focusing on yourself as a physical being, saying, I, as a physical human, have a soul, is very different than understanding that you are a soul that is simply having a human experience, that is having a human dream, a physical reality dream. So the idea is to allow yourself to really start opening up and remembering that you never leave spirit. Spirit is your natural state. You haven't left it. Most of you is there right now. All of you is there right now. But you have this little crystalline seed portion of your greater self that is pretending, that is dreaming that it's no longer in spirit. That is what physical reality is. And when you start looking at it from that direction, you start really tapping into your innate self-empowerment, your true nature, your true core essential vibration. And many more things can happen that are more representative of alignment between your physical mind and your higher mind, so that you can really understand you are not a human being physically that has a soul. You do not have a body, and inside the body is your soul. You are a soul, and inside your soul is your body. That's the difference. So, you are a soul, you don't have a soul, you are the soul. We thank you for allowing us to share this perspective with you this day of your time. In return for the gift that you are giving us in allowing us to serve you in this way and share this knowledge, we ask, how may we continue to be of service to you? You may begin with your dialogues and questions.